Hello everybody, this is Bird Brain. We are nerdy for the birdies. The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions. They defeat the Kansas City Chiefs in a stunning 40-22 Super Bowl victory, and even that doesn't tell you how dominant this game was. 126 million people tuned in all around the world to watch the Philadelphia Eagles completely destroy the Chiefs in Super Bowl fashion. And, you know, obviously this video is a little late because I spent a lot of time celebrating and whatnot, but let's go over the game again just to have a little fun, just a brief kind of thing. I'm not going to spend too long on this. And really the place I'm going to start is just what went right. I'm not really going to do categories. I'm just going to kind of rant a little bit. This team, you know, came to play. It felt like every player beyond the starting 22 made plays throughout the game. I mean, Jalen Hurts was the Super Bowl MVP. We'll talk more about him. You know, Saquon and the running backs, they didn't get to make many opportunities running the football, but Saquon had a nice catch to set up a field goal in the red zone. He had a huge blitz pickup. Obviously for the receivers, AJ had some really nice catches and a touchdown. Devontae had that sick 46-yard touchdown, pretty much to put the game away. Jahan Dotson almost got the scoring started. He set us up at the 1. He had a couple of nice catches, finished the game with 42 yards. It's the second most he's had in a game all year. Dallas Goedert, some nice catches. The offensive line, the defensive line, oh my god. Zach Bond getting a pick. Cooper DeJean getting a pick 6 on his birthday. It was the whole team on so many levels, just playing at a high level. Contribution, guys like Avonte Maddox coming off the bench and he gets a huge PBU on 4th down. Tyler Steen comes into the game for an injured Mekhi Becton and the offense just keeps rolling. That's the kind of stuff you need, and it just goes to show how well built this roster is. This probably is the best roster the Eagles have ever had, and I don't just mean in terms of just top-end talent, I mean in general. Top to bottom. I commented on this after the Giants game in Week 18, that your backups just beat another team's starters pretty comfortably at the same time. Now, the Giants aren't like the greatest starting, they're probably the worst starting unit at that point, but that was pretty much their starting team right there. And they beat them pretty handily. The game only really got close towards the end, and they still won pretty convincingly. It just goes to show the difference, really, between just having a good, a top-end talented team and having a really well-developed roster. Vic Fangio, give him a hand clap. Kellen Moore, as well, if this is his last game coaching for the Eagles. I thought they both called really good games. The offense was pretty solid. The defense was ferocious, and that may have honestly been one of the best defensive performances, especially through the first 3 quarters I've ever seen in the Super Bowl. Mahomes, he was in hell. He was in hell. He did not look comfortable. The pass rush was getting home. I mean, there was a moment I'm thinking Josh Sweat's going to win Super Bowl MVP. Milton Williams pulling a BG, getting a big strip sack. I mean, LIX Hunt showing up on the D-line as well, having a big game. Like Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith, the guys that have been doing a lot of the heavy lifting in the playoffs, they were a little more quiet in this game, mainly because, mainly just due to how the Chiefs are playing them matchup-wise, but even then they still had some pressures. They got a couple of quarterback hits. They had their impact in different ways, so you got to be happy for them. Got to be happy for the whole team as a whole. They earned this win. And then you look at Jake Elliott. He made all of his kicks, and he had to redo a couple of them because of weird penalties. So, a guy that we were worried about coming into this game, he makes all of his kicks, contributed 16 points to the Super Bowl. He was clutch. Everyone came together, and that's what you call a true team performance. And they embarrassed the Chiefs. The Chiefs tried to make it look more respectable late. They lost by 3 scores, and it was much worse. I mean, You think about every Patrick Mahomes Super Bowl performance to this point. There was Mahomes at halftime had fewer yards than the Eagles had points. The Chiefs could not run the football worth anything. Travis Kelce was invisible. They couldn't do anything. I mean, the only Chiefs player that really showed up today was Xavier Worthy, and most of that happened when the damage had been done. So, the reality of the situation is, this team absolutely embarrassed, dominated, and humiliated the Chiefs on every level of play. And they 100% earned this ring. And what it means for Jalen Hurts and Sirianni on top of it, I mean, they're part of that Philly royalty now in terms of winning this city a championship. It was amazing to watch that game. Player of the game, I mean, I guess I would give it to Jalen Hurts just because, he was the MVP. I mean, you could give it to, like, anyone who played that game. Like I said, Cooper DeJean getting a pick 6 on his birthday. I mean, Josh Sweat, Milton Williams, they just all dominated. I mean, they could all have won MVP. Vic Fangio, I thought, was amazing. So, yeah, this is the last post-game ponder of the 2024 season. So this week I will be doing a little bit of an update video, which will kind of just be me talking about what kind of content to expect between now and next season, because I do plan to be really busy hoping to grow the channel. Obviously, since I've started, I've gained about 30 or so subscribers, and I appreciate all of you for checking out the channel, subscribing, and listening to all the content. I have a lot of things planned between now and the start of the new year, but of course there will be a time and place to talk about that. For now, it is simply just time to celebrate. So with that, this has been Bird Brain for the last time in the 2024 season. Hope you all enjoyed being nerdy with the birdies with me. Fly Eagles fly, our 2-time Super Bowl champs. See you guys around.